that's my guest.
Hello.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
You're most welcome. Guys, so we have Lisa, the queen of the Soca Samosa, as we call her,
Thank you.
here today to give us a brief example of how to make a simple and affordable samosa. And trust me, her samosas are yummy and to die for. Okay, so let's get started. So Lisa, what should we start with first?
So Stacy, thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to share how to make samosas at home. I think samosas are fun food, they're a street food, they're a family food. We're going to make a very simple potato samosa today. You're very welcome to try your own ingredients, your own fillings. We always endorse using local ingredients for maximum flavor.
Yes.
So today what we'll be doing is using some boiled potatoes. Then you can add your own ingredients to it if you want to add peas, carrots, corn, anything to ramp up the flavor. And then we're going to show how we make the base to season up those potatoes, and then how we're going to wrap them in a pastry to make the perfect love triangle to share with your friends and family.
Sounds so exciting. I can't wait to try this. All right, so I guess we could start boiling our potatoes. Yeah?
So ideally, when we're making samosas, the filling should be cooled down so it doesn't affect the pastry. But in this instance, we're going to be going and frying them straight so we can eat them hot on the spot.
All right, Lisa, so we're going to basically season the potato.
And we're just going to add a little bit of turmeric powder just to give the potatoes some color.
Right.
So that when you bite into your samosa, you're going to see a variety of colors, yellow and all the seasonings. So visually, it also has to be really appealing as well.
Yeah. You know, as they say, image is everything.
I hope not.
True.
And what we want to do is take our onion and cut it up really fine, as with our garlic and pimentos and shadow benny. And today we have cilantro, which is a really exceptional ingredient if you can find it, to add to your samosas, because it gives it that authentic Indian backdrop of flavor. How I cut up my onions, I like to cut them up really fine.
Okay.
So that when you've cooked them and you've sauteed them, or as we say, chunky them, you're not biting into pieces of onion. You're biting into really small, flavorful little nuggets of sweet onion flavor.
Like my son, he loves the caramelized onions.
Yes.
Yeah. And not all kids like onions, but he does.
My daughter loves onions. She can eat red onion just like that.
I myself, I love onions. I have no problems with them.
Right. So this is a good knife.
Yeah, it's always important to have a good working knife in your kitchen.
Right, so there we go. So that's the onions to one side. And when we're frying the onions, you always put in the onions first because they're going to take longer. And I'm sure anybody who cooks knows this already. They're going to take longer than your other seasonings to cook. With samosas, we tend to err on, heavily seasoning our filling, because once we put it into the pastry, you'll find that if it's not seasoned well, you're not going to get that flavor punching through. So it's always good to err on the side of too much rather than too little.
Too little, yeah.
You ever see those jokes where they say, for your recipe, you'll need 2 cloves of garlic, and Trinidadians say, okay, I'm ready with my 2 cloves of garlic. Yeah, we always go heavy on the seasonings, which is good. I think that's what makes our I would say, fusion food really exciting and new to the palate when people come to try Trini food, because it's like,
I think like a perfectly seasoned samosa too.
Wow, they really like it. Yes, and a samosa when it's made should really stand alone without any chutneys or sauce. You have to be able to say, oh, that's a nice samosa, and then the chutneys and the sauces and the pepper sauce, that's all like icing on the cake.
You think we should take this off now?
Yes, you can strain them.
Yes, I will do that while you julienne your vegetables.
Yes. Now, at Soca Samosa, we have kind of machines to do all of this for us. So if you think I'm not looking like an expert, it's because I'm not. I can't tell you the last time that I've made like a handful of samosas.
All right, so we have our potatoes here, guys. Everything smells amazing here already. Oh, I can't wait to try this.
So what we need is some oil.
Sure. And let me put this pot to heat in the meantime, because I see our
we're ready to
samosa
go.
queen is moving like lightning here.
Yes. What can I tell you all? I think, thank God my children love samosas, because sometimes that's all we have to eat in our house.
To be honest, it's a complete meal, you know.
It is. I'm going to post like on our social media, like how to do a proper samosa chat, which is when you use the samosas to make an Indian meal with chickpeas and salad seasonings and stuff. And it really is a wonderful meal that feels very filling.
So Lisa, tell me, how long have you been the samosa queen?
Well, I'm married into samosas, I'll always say. My husband is Pakistani, and this is his family recipe that we've tweaked for Trinidad.
Okay.
So it's like an embrace of an original, authentic recipe and making it into fusion food to meet the needs of the Trinidad palate.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have your classic potato and sweet pea samosa, which is what we do. And then we try to reinvent that and innovate that based on ingredients that we have available to us here in Trinidad. So we made a baigan and chana. That was our first fusion one. And that's vegan. So, so anyone can have that.
Anyone can have it, yeah.
And then we started to look at other options as well, what meat options we could. So our latest one that we came up with was the saltfish and dashi samosa.
I can't wait to try that.
Really delicious, really, really delicious. And I think I started making samosas in 2019. And we used to make the big ones like what you'd see in India, and sell those to gourmet stores. And then we figured out afterwards that we liked the cocktail size ones because those were perfect for sharing, you know, an entertainment, and for doing pop-up events. People got to be able to try, you know, more than one and not feel like, you know, they were stuffed on just one samosa. So what we'd like to do at this point is to flavor our oil a little bit, and we can put some chili flakes or chilies. We'd add some jeera seeds, but you don't want them to burn. So we're just tossing them in for a little bit. Get that oil nicely flavored. And then we're gonna add in our garlic. You can add in ginger too, if you like your samosas to have that flavor. Just a bit of ginger. And we're gonna let this cook down for a little bit. Now, because our potatoes are already cooked, we're going to add our spices in at this stage so they get a chance to cook in the pot with the other seasonings.
I can eat this just like that. That is smelling so amazing.
Well, girl, with food security going now, you might end up having to do exactly that. Now, many of you at home will have your own palette. So feel free to use, you know, powders and spices that you are familiar using.
Yeah. So at Stacy's Kitchen, I use a lot of Chatak products. I mean, I'm very, very satisfied with them. You know, it always gives that extra kick to, you know, stuff that we're making. Yeah, this smell this jeera powder. Smell it, it's amazing.
It is very, very nice. Right.
Guys, we have a challenge coming up as well. Her scorpion pepper samosa. So, you know, I'm getting ready for that here, you know, so I'm taking in all the flavors, and, you know, I'm trying to imagine biting into that scorpion pepper samosa at the moment.
Brace yourself. Right, so I'm going to put the potatoes in now. You can mash these up before, or you can mash them up after. It's entirely up to you. Thank you. And like I said, the ideal thing is after you cook this to your satisfaction, you want to put it to cool in the fridge before you fold them into your samosa skins or your pastry. So what we'll do is we will put this in the fridge to cool down for a bit, and we'll make the pastry. And by that time, we should be almost ready to put them in and to fry up and share.
Welcome to the Chatak's kitchen, where it's tastier and spicier. For even more taste, cook with Chatak's Amchar masala, saffron, ground jeera and black pepper. Mix in Chatak's mild, spicy or madras curry. Get a burst of excitement with a mango amchar, homsadeh and mango kuchila, lime and pepper chunks, West Indian hot sauce and lime pepper sauce. Plus, Chatak's tamarind and mango chutneys are perfect with kalori and sahina. So make your kitchen a Chatak kitchen. Chatak's fruit products, bringing good taste to life.
So you're gonna make the pastry now, and there are lots of recipes online. You can find out about how to make pastry for samosas. In our recipes, we try to just go 1 cup of flour, 1 ounce of oil, and then we put enough water in to make it to that consistency where it's pliable and easy to mold. You can use this oil, yeah?
Yep.
And we're going to use 1 tablespoon of this oil, or you can use 1 ounce of oil and put it in. You're gonna add some salt. And what you wanna do is you wanna mix this so that the oil is fully integrated into the flour before you add your water.
Okay. So it's sort of like a pastry dough.
Yeah.
Yeah, using the oil
Yeah.
instead of butter, I guess.
Yeah, and then I mean, if you had like, you know, a proper recipe, you could use ghee instead of the oil. Now there's a temptation to put more water than you need, but you don't want your pastry to be too soft. You want it to be that you can actually handle it when you're folding.
You don't want to break apart.
Yeah, and you don't want it to be too soft as well, because then it feels like it's going to fall apart on you. You want to give it a try, Stacy?
Sure.
Yeah? So I'm almost there. So just take your time. I'm going to go clean my hands.
Sure.
Try and get it to a part where, very good, you're better than me. I feel like you're doing this a long time now, Stacy.
Well, you know, in my house back in the day, if you couldn't knead flour, you know, it was a crime, you know.
Well, good thing you know how to do that. I taught my girls how to bake bread too. I said if all else fails,
well, to this day, I'm not boasting, but I was the best roti maker, you know, of the girls, you know.
Well, I think you should boast. That's something to boast about. People always say, "Oh, Lisa, you could cook," and I'm like, only samosas.
It's this consistency. You gotta like add a little more water. I don't want to get it too sticky.
I think
as
if you wet your hands, just wet your
sprinkle,
hands,
and just put it together.
And just put it together like that.
Let me just let me clean the basin.
Yeah, we don't like to waste food.
Yeah, that's another thing. My mom. When you're kneading flour, your basin must be clean. So you see, guys, cooking is fun.
Of course it's fun, especially if you have Netflix. So we're gonna put this to rest for a little bit so that the gluten can activate, so when we start rolling it out, it's easy for us.
So I guess before we start prepping the samosas to fry, we need to heat our oil properly.
So you wanna put the oil on, and you wanna put enough oil so that your samosas can float. Because if they rest at the bottom of the pot, then the pastry is going to burn against the and feel free to reuse your oil.
Right.
Yeah. So what's very handy is to buy like filters.
Yeah.
And you filter out the oil afterwards.
Could those coffee filters work?
Yeah, you can use coffee filters and filter it out, and then you save your oil.
Our dough is ready to be rolled. All right, so I'm just gonna sprinkle a bit of this, what I did already, all-purpose flour, and give it a gentle roll.
So you want to get it to that thickness where it's not too thick, that when you bite into it, it feels heavy on the pastry. Yeah, so that's like maybe like 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, right? And what you want to do is we want to take a few of these from our flour. We want to cut them into half.
Okay.
Right, and we put them to one side. Try your best to avoid them from drying out, because when they dry out, what will happen is that they'll start to crack when you fold them. You want to just like cut them in half and have your little pile of halves.
Right.
So in our little Soca Samosa factory, we have piles and piles of these every day. So you're going to take one, right, like this. Let's get a nice one. And what we've done is we've made a paste with flour and water to act as our glue. And
you want a brush or you use it?
No.
Okay.
I wish we had time to use brushes, but we don't. And we want to put a little bit of that glue and fold it like this.
Oh.
Right? So what we've done is we've made a cone.
Oh, that is simple.
You want to try?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's simple until you do it.
I know, because I know I just saw that and now I
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so, yeah.
Oh, I guess it's this way.
Look.
No.
So what you do is you have your flat end facing away from you.
Right.
Look for the middle point and bring it down.
Oh, okay,
Right?
okay.
Right.
All right, so flat end.
Yeah, bring down the middle like this. You want to put some of that glue.
Here.
Yeah, and put it all along this way, right up to the tip.
Guys, you see, you learn something new every day. That's why she's called the Samosa Queen.
And I'm sure before you know it, everybody's making samosas better than me.
You think?
And you fold it. And the important thing is to get that point closed, right?
Well, it's up here.
Yeah, because you don't want the oil coming in or the filling coming out. Right.
All right, it's not as perfect as yours.
No,
but, yes,
but nobody will know.
Cone here.
Right. And so we make our cones. Yeah. And I can put these on the plate here.
Sure.
Do you want to get the filling?
Yeah, sure.
And teaspoons, and let's do this. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a trick here. So yours actually can look a little bit like mine. And we get a nice teaspoon. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill these in. We filled up our samosa with the filling that we just made, and we're going to put some and we're going to seal it like this. And what I'm going to have Stacy do is make them look really cute, right? You take the fork
And you press
and we're
the
going to
edges.
press the edges like this.
Aww.
Yeah? So they look professionally homemade. Right? So you want to do
Is that enough? Or
it is, but
too much?
start off with a little bit at first, so you get it down into the cone.
To the top.
Right? And then you want to seal it off. You put some at the top and then seal it off. Great. And pull it in. You want to pull it in like this, not fold it. So you're going to pull it in like this. Like that.
Okay.
And then you can take your fork and crimp it. All right?
Oh, how cute is that?
Yes. And we shall call him Jerry.
All right.
All right, so you go now. All right, so Stacy's an expert at this. And she'll be coming to work for Soca Samosa shortly.
Anytime when you go on vacation,
Yes.
I'll come and oversee the
Vacation, what's that?
I'll oversee the project now.
What's
I'll
that?
make sure they're pressing down this properly, right?
If you're having people over entertaining, these are great things to have on your menu. They're individual pickup bites. If you don't have time to make them and you'd like us to sort you out, you can find Soca Samosa on Food Drop or We Eat, Or you can order through Unqueue, call us, message us, and we can arrange for next day delivery with Unqueue anywhere in Trinidad.
All right, so I
Right.
guess we're ready for frying in
Yes.
about 5 minutes. So let's get our oil ready.
Yeah, and you want to get like a bowl with some paper to absorb the excess oil when you pull it out of the fryer.
So it's time for frying.
So you want to put these in really gently and don't touch them for a little bit. Let the pastry get hard before you start stirring them around. And this one can take maybe about 5 comfortably. So where we didn't seal this one, you can see it's starting to open up a little bit. So just make sure you seal it properly with the fork. Right? So right. These are nearly ready to come out.
Oh yes, look. I love how
Yeah?
that looks there.
Yes. Now don't just rush and start to eat them, eh?
Yes.
Let them cool down a little bit
Could be
first.
very bad. So what sort of color are we looking for? The golden brown?
Yeah, so you want them to be golden. If you're frying them from frozen, you want them to reach that kind of blonde look
This
because
looks so beautiful.
they're going to continue frying after you've pulled them out of the oil because the oil is that hot. And I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with hot oil, so you can also bake Soca samosas. You can put them in the air fryer as well. We have links to show you how to do that. And those are healthier options. And they taste pretty good as well. I mean, not as good as, the fried street food
Right.
variation, but they also taste really good if you air fry them or bake them.
Okay guys, so we have just about come to the end of this episode. And Lisa, it was a pleasure having you here. This was so much fun, guys.
Stacy, the pleasure was all mine. It's really, a wonderful thing to be able to spread joy and be able to show people how to make fun food at home that they can share with their friends and family.
Yes, and affordable.
Yes. So in fact, I actually bought some other samosas that we make for you to try.
Yummy.
So these were potatoes. So I bought some lamb for you to try, some chicken, a pepperoni samosa, which is like a spin on our local street food. And then I bought the new samosa for you to try as well, which is our saltfish and dasheen samosas.
Listen, I smell no going on and I had to come.
Oh my God, look who is here! Well, Josh, just know that you're in time for the scorpion pepper samosa challenge.
Scorpion pepper.
You can't leave now, You can't. No.
come in closer,
Come here. You're here already. You're here already,
Come in
man.
closer. So we made these samosas earlier today. I was showing everyone how to make these samosas. And then I bought some other samosas for you to try. So would you like to try one? I'll give you the options. Lamb, chicken, pepperoni.
I've never had a lamb samosa. That sounds so interesting.
Here we go. So this is yours,
Okay.
right? And these are some chutneys and stuff. So you could try with chutney, without chutney. What would you like to do?
I don't know. You tell me.
Now you go for it. Try it without first,
Okay.
and then you can try it with after. And what would you like to try? You want to try
I
the
want to try the
saltfish?
saltfish. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yummy.
Guys, this is so good for, it's Easter time. Everybody's fasting and stuff like that. So the saltfish, I'll go with that.
Yes. And we're using local dasheen.
But
Yes. So
I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah,
This is really Soca samosa queen,
I'm
huh?
having all.
Yeah.
So yes,
that's all,
you
that's
can
all.
fill up on these after. So try it with some chutney sauce,
And guys, we
some
can't
pepper
forget
sauce.
our Chatak tamarind chutney
Okay.
is absolutely the best. And even their home style pepper sauce, it's amazing.
Okay, that's
This
good.
one for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like it,
actually, yes, that saltfish is,
Like, I've
is really.
never had a saltfish samosa.
I think most people could say that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
So this is combined with the dasheen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tasting ingredients.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah. Right, so you're ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
So do I.
Yeah, go ahead. You go
Whatever.
ahead.
So what I did is I also
my
brought some of my scorpion sauce.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Right?
that's
So my
fine.
scorpion sauce is a sorrel chutney with scorpion pepper in
Like
it.
most,
Guys, I'm actually nervous, you know.
No.
I have no idea why. I am
Because
nervous.
you're a pepper mouth. I don't know why you're
For, like,
nervous.
most innovative like flavors and just like tastes because this was
I think so.
saltfish.
That is
Sorrel.
really, really
Yes.
good, yeah.
So here we go, guys. So our scorpion samosas,
We're not sharing it.
right?
Okay.
No, you're not sharing.
It's red for the
It's red for the warning.
yeah. This alone just makes it so dramatic.
Okay, so we're
Right,
gonna
so
try it
have
with...
your water and then you try it with the scorpion sauce when you're ready.
So
Yeah?
wait, is the sauce already? Is it hot inside already?
Nah.
Let me see now. Let me go now. Let me go now. Let me see what's going on here.
After I saw fishing, man.
Yeah. So when you taste it,
I'm not
it's
smelling
not,
anything.
it's not going to be like super hot when you start eating. Scorpion has a way of like creeping up
Creeping
on
up,
you,
yeah.
right?
Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll notice I'm
You
not
wanna
doing the
try cheers?
challenge
Yeah,
again,
cheers.
right? Once was
Okay.
enough for me.
Ready?
Ready? Go.
what you said is the mindset what to do? What to have to in your mind?
Just you could do this. You could do anything you put your mind to. Anything.
Okay, guys.
I seen it, but I don't believe in it.
No, believe it. You can do
Okay, let's
anything.
go.
Right, you see? That was easy. They're not even hot.
Oh,
They're not even hot.
Yo, I'm not even biting it back.
Okay.
Yo.
Well,
I can smell it from
I thought it would have been hotter.
yeah.
I haven't even
See?
chewed yet.
So let me try the sauce.
You want your water? You want to try the scorpion sauce? No, I can smell it.
You see?
Yeah, I can smell it.
Hey, bring more, bring more. Honestly, I really liking this.
It's an actual bomb. Like, every time you bite it, they heat it and it's just like
Boom.
blows in your mouth.
Yeah?
Lisa, this is really nice to me. I love it.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. So you're one of those people who chain the rest of us up.
It's,
Nah.
Right?
Okay.
I love it.
Josh done, guys. He done. Yeah.
You only had a bite.
You had the entire thing?
Yes, she's finished. We're waiting on you. I didn't even know if that sauce made any difference. Did you taste the sauce on its own?
It's nice. I love
Put
it.
any of the other
Yeah, I
sauces
love
as
it.
well.
No, it is hot. It is hot, but for people who can't eat pepper, yeah, this gonna be bad for you. But yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna bring so much game to the rest of your day now.
Game?
I think a good glass of cold water. You should be good in about 15 minutes.
So if anybody wants to try the Scorpion Samosa Challenge, reach out to us via our social media. You could either buy a box of 10 ready to eat, or you can order a pack of 10 frozen and you can fry them up or bake them or air fry them for you and your friends. Or you can buy them single for $8 together with the rest of your order, and you can just try it for the fun of it.
Well, guys, that's it for this episode of Stacy's Kitchen. Be sure to look out for us on ACTN The Voice every Monday at 6:30 p.m. See you there.
A few minutes later.
This is
Right, you know. Yeah.
Can I put this in my Yes,
Wait, let me just get the one to hold in his hand.
It's just for the fun of it.
Yeah. You can, yeah. You ate the whole time?
No, I didn't.